Is Bibi Netanyahu dead? Today I tried Waffle House and I also tried Wendy's. All that and more on today's episode of the American Power Hour. I'm your host, Nick Metcalf. I'm joined here today by the gorgeous, the beautiful Mackenzie. There she is, folks. There she is. Today is Wednesday, March 18th. I missed Monday. I do apologize for that. There were tornadoes. There were tornadoes here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that that existed. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. Hope nobody got hurt from the tornadoes. If you ever miss any parts of the American Power Hour, you can always go to the YouTube, the Facebook, or the Rumble and check out the full videos there. Let's jump into some of the news here. Bibi Netanyahu. Here's the thing. There's a rumor going around on social media, mainly on X, Twitter, if you will. What's up, Robin? How you doing today? Down bad with the flu, but wanted to say hi. I hope you feel better, Robin. The flu can be rough. Maybe a little bit of a Tamiflu. Is that a thing? That might be a thing, Tamiflu. So yeah, let's jump into some of this news here. Bibi Netanyahu. People are saying that he's no longer with us. So there's a huge rumor, and he came out, Bibi Netanyahu himself came out with a couple of posts. He came out with this is the Prime Minister of Israel. And coming out of Iran, there's rumors that they got him, that he's no longer alive. That's what the rumor is going on. So, of course, in typical Bibi Netanyahu fashion, he came out with these videos. Saying, look, see, they say I'm what? Watch this.
מה שאלת אותי?
חושב שלא אומרים ברשת שאתה בכלל מת?
אני מת על קפה, אתה יודע מה? אני מת על העם שלי. איך הם מתנהגים, פנטסטי. אתה רוצה לספור את מספר אצבעות?
אתה יכול להראות לנו?
פה. פה. ראית?
יפה מאוד.
לחיים.
You see how he's showing the label on the cup? That's a little strange.
חושב של המסר לאנשים שיוצאים ומת...
People are saying that this is AI. People are saying that it's obviously AI. Let's take a look and see why. Here he is picking up the cup. And it almost... Wow. How is that not spilling? How is that not spilling? Very, very impressive. What else here do they have? Oh, see, so people are making other AI... People are making other AI videos of this, making fun of how bad the AI really is. So this was the first video. They say, I'm what? Watch this. Now, this reminds me exactly of when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and people were like, it might have been Israel. And then all of a sudden, Bibi Netanyahu comes out with a video saying it definitely was not Israel. Robin said, to be fair, everything is so unbelievable now because AI has gotten super advanced. Very true. Very, very true. So we're going to take a look here. He posted other videos as well, and there's some pretty decent proof. And I say proof, take it with a grain of salt. There's some pretty decent proof that it is AI. At least this next video I'll show you guys here is AI. So he posted this one. Let's go back here. So he posted this one as well. Now this is kind of wild. The first thing I want you guys to notice, look at the foot patterns and tell me if this seems natural.
Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted you to know
Look at the angle of this guy's feet. Also, Bibi Netanyahu's wearing On Clouds, which is quite the shoe to sport in that outfit. Let's play this.
the president asked me to come and make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike.
Okay, that looked like straight AI. Did you see that jump cut This is crazy. Look at this again. First of all, look at this dude's foot. This is not how humans walk. This is how AI thinks humans walk. And let's watch very closely once again here. You're going to see a jump cut. And then you're going to watch Huckabee. This is Mike Huckabee, I believe. Former governor, I think, of Arkansas, maybe. Watch his face and the way in which it moves at the jump cut.
Make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike.
That doesn't look natural at all.
Yes, I'm alive.
I checked that, and I'm happy to see that. But he wanted to make sure because, you know, you guys get along too well.
I know, and we shake hands with 5 fingers in each hand. You know, but I have to tell you, I'm alive, but I have this card.
Oh.
And yeah, don't read it. So it's a punch card. Today I erased 2 names on the punch cards, and you see how many more to go on this batch.
You know what the good news is? My name is not on the punch card.
Your name is on the list of the good guys.
Thank you.
And what the president, the U.S. forces are doing is incredible. We're very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And getting rid of these lunatics who would like to develop nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to every American city after wiping out Israel. They ain't going to do that. We're wiping them out.
I love it. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Take care.
Thank you.
So, what do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think about this video. Because this one to me had so many moments where I was like, that almost looks like AI. Robin said, yeah, unless he has severe angulation in his feet and ankles, this is definitely AI. So that was the biggest thing that I noticed was the walking pattern. The walking pattern doesn't seem to be legitimate. And let's take a look at what people are saying about this. This person says he literally transformed on camera. Let's go ahead and take a look at this clip. This was near around that jump cut that I had mentioned earlier where all of a sudden Mike Huckabee's face changed. So, I mean, it kind of looks like it changes, but it could also be him just making a face, and then the rest of his head kind of changes a little bit. That could be, you know. There's a lot of people who are. Ooh, what's this one? Take a look at his forehead. They say. I don't know what I'm looking at there. Oh, man. Very strange. Very strange. Like I said, it's weird how he comes out and says, like, no, I am alive. Check out these videos of me definitely being alive. And then the videos, like, people are like, it doesn't look real, you know? Yeah, so that was the whole Bibi Netanyahu thing. And there's other videos here that he's posting. But that jump right there, those first couple steps by Huckabee,
Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted you to know the president.
the way his heel pushes out looks very unnatural. I mean, look at his feet right now. This is not how people walk.
Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted you to know the president.
That's so weird. And then the jump cuts. Let's see how many jump cuts there are.
Asked me to come and make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike.
There was one right there. So there was one cut. Why? Why was there a cut there? What was the purpose of that cut? It's either to make people think it's AI or it is AI. It's one of the two. There is no in between. There is no, oh, they were editing something, because
Yes, Mike.
that should all be one clip. There's no reason for that to have a jump cut. Let's see how many other jump cuts there are in what should be one single full clip.
Yes, I'm alive.
I checked that, and I'm happy to see that. But he wanted to make sure because
There was another one right there. Do you see it?
But he wanted to make sure
Another jump cut right there. I don't know why.
because you guys get along too well.
I know, and we shake hands with 5 fingers.
Another jump cut. Another jump cut. If you guys have never made videos with AI, it only gives you about 5 seconds, about 5 to 10 seconds of video. Because anything past that, the capabilities aren't there right now to make, 10-minute long videos of one single thing. You can only do like 5, 10, sometimes 15 seconds, and you have to stitch them together. So already this is the third jump cut.
With 5 fingers.
There it is. You just saw the third jump cut. And we're at 20 seconds. So that matches up with how AI videos are created. So like I said, it's either AI or they're trying to make it look like AI for whatever reason.
Each hand. But I have to tell you, I'm alive, but I have this card.
Oh,
And yeah, don't read it. So it's a punch card. Today I erased 2 names on the punch cards, and you see how many more to go on this batch.
you know what the good news is? My name is not on the punch card.
Your name is on the list of the good guys.
Thank you.
And what the president, the U.S. forces are doing is incredible. We're very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And getting rid of these lunatics who'd like to develop nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to every American city after wiping out Israel.
So I don't think that there's been a jump cut in a little bit here. I do know that making AI videos, when you're not in movement, like the way that they were walking through the halls, those have to have jump cuts. But when they're just standing here like this, you can have moments where you don't even notice a cut in the video because there's no other moving parts. It's just them.
Ain't gonna do that. We're wiping them out.
I love it. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Take care.
Thank you.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. What do you guys think about that video? I mean, there's really... What's up, Dave? How you doing today? How you doing, Dave? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, if you will. We got Mackenzie here. Oh, Mackenzie cam's a little crooked. Let me fix it. There she is. I'm doing good, Dave. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, so Mackenzie has her questions about that video as well. Very, very suspect. The thing is, like, if you're alive, Miss Mackenzie, Robin says hello. Dave says hello as well. She does. He does. Yes. So yeah, I mean the video with Bibi Netanyahu is very, very, very suspect. And everyone's analyzing it. And there's even news articles. If you Google Bibi Netanyahu AI, this is a real conspiracy. NBC News here. Let's see what they say. Netanyahu tried to dispel viral rumors of his death. Some social media users aren't convinced. Speculation about Israeli Prime Minister's possible death swirled after blurry press conference footage convinced many online that Israel was resorting to deep fake videos. So this is a real question that people have. I don't know what this NDTV. U.S. envoy fact checks Grok on Netanyahu AI video. The confusion. Satirical AI generated content, not a real meeting clip. Okay, so there's, like I said, there's a bunch of articles about this. This is not just like some, crazy corner of the internet type of conspiracy. This is like a serious, people are like, why? Like, why? If it is AI, why would it be AI? It doesn't make sense unless he's, not doing great health-wise. In some of these videos, I mean, he's orange. The guy is literally orange. So, people are up in arms about this. There's some Papa John's news that we'll get to as well. People are talking about the ear. The ear doesn't look the same. Okay, that's they don't learn from their mistakes, this one says. Oh, this one shows the shifting face again. Which, I mean, you could say he's just smiling. But man, it's weird the way it happens, and then there's a jump cut right after, which we already covered the jump cuts. Very strange. And there are people, people are talking about the jump cuts here. And this is how easy it is to make AI videos. I mean, it's not... And if you think about how easy it is for somebody like you or me to be able to create AI videos, it's imagine how the governments are able to do it. So that's why there's so much confusion with this one specifically, is because people look at it and they're like, it is AI, but it's coming from Bibi Netanyahu himself. So, very strange, definitely. I think we could probably move on from this. I don't think that there's anything else really. It's just weird. It's just a weird thing. There is this too, which I thought was kind of cool. This is a good question for y'all. If your children were around the age of 18 and they were still living at home in the house, would you push for them to get a job and pay rent in order to incentivize or motivate them to get their own place and move out into the world and become a productive member of society? Let's take a look at this video here.
Since Fred has graduated a couple of weeks ago, I told her, and I have been telling her for the last couple of months, that, hey, June the 1st, your rent's due if you're going to continue to live here.
I thought that was a little harsh. I mean, maybe a little leeway.
$200 a month is plenty cheap to live like a grub in your parents' house.
I mean, that's cheaper than sheets and food.
Exactly. Well, it's $300 if she wants to eat
Anybody
here.
eats some food.
It's $300 a month if she wants to eat out of the fridge.
Okay, never mind.
It's $200 if she wants to buy her own groceries. So, what are y'all's thoughts?
Yeah, tell us what you think.
What do you think about charging your adult children rent if they're gonna?
We think it teaches them a good lesson in paying bills.
If they're gonna reside in your domicile, what are your thoughts?
Y'all keep ranching.
Keep ranching.
What is he drawing? Is this guy just like drawing knives or something? That's a little I don't understand why he's drawing knives. Makes it a little concerning, but so what do you guys think about that? What do you think about charging your kid to stay at home to incentivize and to motivate them to do more and be more in this world? Robin says the internet is both the best and worst thing to ever happen to humankind. It's great to be able to have access to fast information, but on the other hand, everything has been fabricated and AI is getting out of control. How do we know literally what's real anymore? That's a great point. Robin. We almost don't know what's real and what's fake anymore. What's up, Ravioli? How you doing today? Happy Wednesday. Robin said, I'd love for my children to be self-sufficient. They can live with me as long as they need. I want them to be ready-made adults. They need jobs, learn how to utilize money, live independently and manage, build, etc. I wouldn't charge my children anything. They need to save their money to live on their own. That's a good way of looking at it. I will say, I don't know. I believe I moved out at the age of 18. I think I moved from Buffalo, New York to Los Angeles, California. I think I was 18. I could have been, maybe I was 19. Maybe I was 19. But so when I came home, after I was in LA for a couple of years, I came back home and my dad was like, hey, if you're going to be living here and, eating here or whatever, you're going to have to pay rent. I think we did $400 a month or something. And it was the $400 a month made me in my head think, wait a second, I could probably get like a roommate or two. I could probably get a couple of roommates and just get my own place. And that's exactly what I did. And I was very self-sufficient, I guess you can say, as far as like cooking and cleaning goes. I wasn't like raiding the fridge, leaving messes out when I lived at home. I would do dishes, I would take out garbage, I would pay $400, and then I'm like, hey, I could probably just do this on on my own. So that's what I did. I started making my own money. Got a couple clients for social media, and was at the point where I was like, all right. And my parents were happy. I was happy. Ended up being I think it was a good thing for me. Robin said, yes, sharing the responsibility of the household if they are sufficient enough. I absolutely agree with that. Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting little thing, Robin said, my eldest is only 3 years away from 18. She's ready to explore and travel. So we're preparing her for all that right now. Nice. Yeah, that's, I know it's probably a little bit different with girls. I know, like I said, for me, it was a little bit of a different situation. I was out early. So when I came back, my parents were like, all right, you kind of know the deal. You kind of know what's good. You kind of know what's out there. And I think I was like 22, 23, something like that when I came back. So I wasn't, 18 at the time as well. So a little bit of a different situation, but kind of similar in the sense. Let's take a look here. Listen, we've already talked about, we did a whole show on why Pizza Hut is closing, I think, 250 locations. We also did a show on Wendy's, because Wendy's is also, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Wendy's. There it is. We also did a show on Wendy's closing, I think, 300 stores. And here's another story about Papa John's. Papa John's is also closing 300 underperforming restaurants by the end of 2027. So this isn't exactly brand new news, but this does tie into the overarching theme of like what's going on with these fast food conglomerates where they're clearly struggling. Like Papa John's, Wendy's, Pizza Hut, all closing down stores. It doesn't seem to be moving in the right direction for a lot of these restaurants. If I had to guess, probably the rising costs. I mean, the Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut, unless you get like one of the deals, like one of the secret deals or coupons that they offer sometimes, you're going to end up paying like roughly the same price as you would at, your local mom and pop pizza joint. So it's probably pushing a lot of people to be like, why would I go to Papa John's and pay $15 for a pizza when I can go to my local mom and pop pizza joint and pay $18, $20, and people would rather pay an extra dollar or two for something that they know is quality, as opposed to, the Papa John's, they're trying to compete with like Little Caesars, and you can't, because Little Caesars prices are so ridiculously low. The people who eat for a low price are not going to go to Papa John's over Little Caesars unless they just really don't like Little Caesars and they really just love Papa John's or something. But it really comes down to the price of everything and the quality of everything as well. It's just, it doesn't add up. It's not, the math isn't mathing. And now we see why Wendy's is closing hundreds of stores, Papa John's and Pizza Hut, all closing hundreds of stores. Dave said Papa John's can close, LOL. Prices, garbage ingredients. I personally inspect ingredients now and trying to eat more clean. That's that's a big part of it. You know, that's a big part of the whole closings. Our people are trying to eat real foods. And a lot of these places are using very cheap ingredients, which is why I said they're using the cheap ingredients already. So, like, you can get Little Caesars, which is cheap ingredients, for a cheap price. But why would you get cheap ingredients and then make a pizza, $15, $18? People aren't going to want to pay that. They would much rather go to their local mom and pop shop and get something that actually doesn't make them want to just roll up into a ball and die. That's how I feel sometimes after if I eat a Papa John's or Pizza Hut or Domino's. I enjoy Domino's from time to time for sure, but I don't feel great after eating stuff like that. Moving on here. There was a meteor shower in Ohio. On Friday's show, we talked about Sasquatch in Ohio. A bunch of sightings. I think there was 8 sightings of Bigfoot in like less than 36 hours. And also, in the same area now, massive meteor. Let's take a look at the footage. This is 4 different comets in 4 different continents, including America, has been released. What is this one? NASA says it was a 17,000-pound, 6-foot-wide meteor exploding over northeast Ohio on March 17th. That was yesterday, around 9 a.m., causing a loud boom and shaking. Let's go ahead and take a look at this footage.
Incredible sight in the skies over northeast Ohio just a few hours ago. Take a look. This was posted to social media by the superintendent of Olmsted Falls Schools. That's near Cleveland. It was captured from a camera on their bus garage. NASA confirming right now that this was a meteor streaking across the sky. People from Ohio to Pennsylvania, even New York, reporting hearing a huge boom from this. It was captured on this Ring security camera.
Yeah, so people were looking at this one as well. This one's from Texas. This one's a little bit older, but they're positioning it as if it's new. See. So there are people who are claiming that there's alien spacecrafts, and there's a community note on this that it was just SpaceX. But there was a better video. Is this the better video? There was one video of a guy driving a truck, and he was on the highway, and you can hear it. You can actually hear it. And it was... Oh, here's the boom, apparently. So yeah, dude, that would scare the shit out of me personally, especially since we're kind of like in war. Dave said at my hood, I slept through the meteor explosion. You slept through it. You're lucky, man. Mackenzie, you all right, buddy? Hey, you okay? I think she was sleeping. She was sleeping and crying in her sleep. That's what happens, though. Did you know dogs sometimes when they sleep, they like kick their feet and like move around? Sometimes her tail starts wagging in her sleep. You just hear like the flapping of her tail. Pretty awesome. But yeah, so this whole thing with the meteor in Ohio, some people are taking clips like this one here, and they're trying to say, oh, there will be signs in the heavens. You know, like I said, some of this footage is not doesn't have anything to do with asteroids. Some people are really trying to position it as if it's something it's not. But it would definitely scare the shit out of me if I heard that boom noise, especially with the war going on. Fireball sighted over LA skies debated as meteor. Is this another one? Oh, this was the Starlink satellites. Okay. So yeah, this is another one. Like I said, some people are really trying to make it out to be something it's not.
I don't know. I'm filming it.
I'm pretty sure my manager also thinks I'm like in my 30s.
Is it a rocket?
It might be a rocket. It looks very SpaceX.
Very SpaceX-y, someone says in the SpaceX-y. That's something. So yeah, people are saying it's a fireball, but it's really just SpaceX. I don't think there's really too much more going on here today. Like I said, the Bibi Netanyahu thing, that was the most insane thing that's been going on. Let's take a look here on Twitter and see what's going on. Fireball over Texas. The one over Texas was a balloon. They're saying it's a balloon. Oh, confirmed as meteor. This one was a meteor. Are we sure that... Let's see what Grok says. What is that? Okay, so I thought this one was already confirmed as... I thought this was already confirmed as a balloon, a weather balloon of some sort. Dude, are there aliens here? Are there aliens actually here? People are saying it's no meteor. This was the LA one. See, this person labeled it as Red Oak, Texas. This was the one from California. There's so many people who write shit and don't check it before posting it. So it is a little weird. It is a little weird that they don't know what the one in Texas was. I mean, I guess they're saying it was a comet. So there was one in Ohio and also last night, Texas. The one in LA was definitely SpaceX. But these other two, they're saying they're definitely meteors. The timing is a little strange, but maybe there's a meteor shower going on. That happens, right? This event joins recent fireballs over Ohio and Europe. Amid the American Meteor Society's log of over 6,700 reports in 30 days, all tied to normal activity, they say. They're saying that it's normal activity. Do we believe them? Do y'all believe that this is just normal comet activity? Let's take a look at this one.
is that? What the fuck? Just going up and down, all sorts of... Yeah, what the fuck is this?
I've never seen a meteor turn up. Is that what happens to meteors? Do meteors come crashing towards the Earth and then go back up? Is that how gravity works? I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, if that's a asteroid, if that was an asteroid, that was the most wild asteroid I've ever seen. Grok is saying it's an optical illusion. An optical illusion. So now they're saying don't believe what you're seeing, because it's an optical illusion from shaky handheld camera. It's really not that shaky. Like if you look at the cars on the road and the houses in the background, a shaky camera doesn't make a meteor turn and go back north. Or I guess it wouldn't be north, it would be up. People are not buying the optical illusion. People are saying it's obviously fake. What do you mean it's obviously fake? Oh, yeah, it might be AI, just completely AI, just like the Bibi Netanyahu video, which potentially could have been AI. So somebody slowed it down and okay. Man, definitely a little strange. My alien after 10 days, because I don't know what they eat. My alien, if I had an alien come crashing at the house, I would be treating that alien to all the amazing things America has to offer, like Waffle House, Wendy's back there, some Pizza Hut maybe, some 7-Eleven pizza. My alien would be eating good, dude. That's all I know. Why is Ray J trending? Is he still alive? What do we think? Oh, he's streaming now. He's a streamer now. I remember Ray J came out not too long ago. Ray J, if you don't know, Ray J is the fella who did the movie with Kim Kardashian that was scandalous. Ray J was a rapper, and I'm pretty sure he came out recently and said he was like almost on his deathbed, and he only had like a year to live or something, or 6 months. Maybe it wasn't all real. I don't know. Ray J. I haven't done much research on Ray J, and I don't plan on it. I'm not gonna lie. Anything else going on today? Today is Wednesday, March 18th. Let me check the chat real quick. I haven't checked it in a little bit. What's up, Christy? How you doing? I appreciate you, Christy. Thank you for the sub. I love the little emote that you used as well. Yeah, so it's definitely... How was the severe weather? It was pretty wild for a little bit. It was definitely a little suspect. It was tornado warning, which meant that they had a tornado actually touch down here in Charlotte, the Charlotte area. So I was on News Watch. You know, I had a little corner, a little like closet area that I was like, okay, we're gonna go in here if anything comes through. Christy said, did you ever have to deal with that before moving? No, this was the first time I've ever had to deal with a tornado watch. Definitely. I mean, it was, I didn't want to do a stream because, like I said, I was watching the news and I was just distracted by things that were going on. And also, like, the power could have gone out at any moment. It was so windy. So windy and raining insane. Like I let Mackenzie out to use the baño outside, and she was out there for like 30 seconds and wanted to just come right back in, and I was like, no, you got to go pee, and then then you can come in. Christy said, wait, is that a Waffle House bag? Yep, Waffle House back there. Tried it for the first time ever today. I'll probably post that review today as well. People liked the barbecue, the little barbecue head-to-head I did, Sonny's versus Jim and Nick's. Hope it didn't disappoint, said Christy. There were some good items and some not so great items. I got the biscuits and gravy. I got a bacon cheeseburger melt, and I got a pecan waffle. Apparently their pecan waffle is like one of their most popular waffles. Pretty solid. Kind of reminded me of like lunchroom food, like, in being in elementary school. Christy said, my go-to is a loaded hash brown bowl, add gravy. That sounds good. I almost got the hash brown bowl. Instead of the hash brown bowl, I got the bacon cheeseburger melt, but I was very close to getting the hash brown bowl. What I didn't love is I wish I could have added peanut butter chips to the pecan waffle. They didn't have that option when I was doing the online ordering, because I'm a peanut butter guy. I think peanut butter and pecan would have gone together awesome. But yeah, maybe that's something that you could do when you sit inside the restaurant and, put in a special order or whatever. I remember it was going viral a while ago for the people were doing some hack or something. I forgot what it was, but Christy said you'll have to have the full experience of dining in one day. Yeah, it was very small in there. It was very compact and tight. And yeah, definitely there wasn't a place where I could eat in that Waffle House, at least, like with privacy. It was like there's like a little bar area with like the stools, and then there's like a window with a couple chairs in, for people picking up their orders or something. So yeah, that was my first Waffle House experience. And I did the Wendy's as well today. I did the Thin Mints. I think it was Girl Scout cookie, Thin Mints, Frosty. They have new Frosties now. They have new Frosties at Wendy's. I didn't even know, dude. They're like, what do they call them? Fusion Frosties. I was looking at the Frosty menu, and it used to just be vanilla, chocolate, and then sometimes they would have like a seasonal one, like a strawberry. Dude, there's like 12 different Frosties now. And I was confused looking at the menu. I was like, okay, Thin Mints Frosty, let me get that one. And there's like I think 3 or 4 different Thin Mint Frosties. Like I said, I was very confused. You can get it like in chocolate form, or you can get it in vanilla form. Then you can get it in the fusion form, vanilla or chocolate. So there's 4 different variations. The fusion, I think, they're trying to be like a McFlurry. You know how McFlurries have like the crumbled up Oreo pieces or M&Ms in there? That's what the fusion Frosty is from Wendy's. They crushed up some Thin Mint cookies in there. They did a little drizzle of chocolate, which was only in the bottom. I don't know why it was only in the bottom. That was really my only qualm with that one at least. So let me see if there's. Let's take a look here at Twitter real quick. Christy said, "I miss Waffle House so bad. Our Waffle House in Mississippi had a stabbing over an argument at the jukebox." Classic Waffle House. Damn, that sounds. Do they have Waffle Houses up there where you're at? I think they have. I thought they had them in like Ohio. Maybe they have them up there. I wonder if they do. No, said Christy. Damn. I wonder how far the nearest Waffle House is. Because I could have sworn maybe it was in like southern Ohio they had them or something. Damn. Yeah, I don't know if I would rather eat. I would probably rather have the Grand Slamwich from Denny's. Now that is a phenomenal sandwich. The burger I had wasn't bad from Waffle House. It was like a melt type thing. Anything going on with the war in Iran? I don't think there's really too much news regarding the war. The biggest thing is the Netanyahu thing. Is he actually alive? Is he actually dead? What's going on with that? This person says Netanyahu is certainly dead on March 9th. His son observed 7 days of Shiva, then resumed posting exactly 7 days later. Very strange. Very strange indeed. I don't think there's too... Oh, what is this? Oh, somebody's eating off of the grill at Benihana. Maybe it was just a mistake. Let's just hope it was just a mistake. That's gross. That is grody. I mean, I guess if you have to warm up the food real quick, but it's supposed to be hot, right? They cook it right in front of you. Let's see if there's anything else going on. I don't think there's really anything else. The Buffalo Sabres won again. They just keep winning. They're tied for first place in the Eastern Conference. There's the Eastern Conference in the NHL and the Western. They're tied for first in the Eastern Conference. They're one of the best teams in the NHL. They started the season, the first 2 months of the year, 3 months, and they were one of the worst teams in the NHL. An incredible turnaround. White House registers aliens.gov amid UFO disclosure push. Is this new? U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency quietly purchases aliens.gov. Well, I guess not that quietly, considering internet sleuths figured it out in less than a day. That's something. Does this have anything to do with the fireballs that we talked about? The meteors? Multiple meteors. One in Ohio. And then we saw the video of that one in Texas where it was going towards Earth and then goes back up and then kind of does like a dipsy doodle. It writes like the guy's name in the sky. And it didn't actually do that, but it did go back up, which is weird. It's weird for sure. So this is breaking on the American Power Hour. The U.S. government purchases the domain aliens.gov. What are they getting ready to disclose? Are they gonna tell us aliens are real? Conspiracy theorists realizing they're about to be right again. I couldn't imagine being steadfast. Is that the right term? Steadfast, there are definitely no aliens. We are the only people to ever exist in the universe. Like I said, there's not much news about the war today. And all of a sudden now they're like, let's drop the alien disclosure on them. That's what they're doing. Christie said there may be a Waffle House in Indianapolis, but that's hours away. Indianapolis. That's a cool little place. All right. Excuse me. What am I doing today? Today I am going to edit that Waffle House, the Waffle House photos. I'm going to get that posted. Nick Metcalf. In case you guys didn't know, I do food reviews. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Starting to pick up some steam. Starting to pick up some movement on Snapchat. I'll tell you what. Here's a story for all y'all. I take my videos, the shorts, the short versions of my food reviews. A food review is 5 minutes long, and then I clip it down into about 70 seconds. I take a video from 8 months ago, an older one, and I clip it down because not everybody has seen every video. So I take those clips and I post them on the platforms just to get a little bit more exposure, just so other people can see the videos. And I take those videos and I post them on Snapchat. And I've been posting on Snapchat Spotlight for like almost 2 years. And these are videos that perform on other platforms. So it's not like I'm slapping shit up on Snapchat Spotlight. And for almost 2 years, I posted like 5-6 times per week. So almost every day. The videos would get no views. It would get like 10 views, 11 views, 15 views, and it was like that for almost 2 years. And it was frustrating, you know? It's like, I know these videos are good. What's going on with Snapchat Spotlight? Christy said I was going to say I thought you gave up on Snapchat. Nope. So I broke through. I finally broke through on Snapchat the other day, maybe about a week ago. I posted a video. It gets like 400 views. And I'm like, you know, I'm like more ecstatic about this, about getting 400 views on Snapchat than I am about getting 80,000 views on TikTok. Just because I'm like, I've been trying so hard for so long to break through on Snapchat. And now all of a sudden, my videos on Snapchat, 1,000 views. I'm getting a bunch of new followers. I'm getting comments. And I'm like, holy shit, finally. And it makes me realize, like, this is why most would not ever break through. Because they would have been like, why would I keep posting on this platform? It's been 2 years of posting on this platform. And I didn't gain a single follower, dude, with videos that I know are solid enough to gain some movement. It's like, what's going on? But yeah, finally broke through. And I showed that to my buddy who just started his clothing brand. He's been coming over like Tuesdays and Thursdays to work on his clothing brand and build up his social medias. And I showed him, I'm like, dude, look at this. Like, this is, like, don't worry about how many views you're getting because it takes time and it takes, you know, repetition. You get better each video that you make on camera. You get faster at editing and things will go quicker. Dave said, I didn't know you posted to Snap. Yeah, I post to Snapchat Spotlight because it's monetized. I'm not monetized on Snapchat Spotlight, but there's ads on the platform. So that's how you know, okay, that creators are getting paid money for their videos. You just have to get to a certain threshold. Maybe it's like 10,000 followers or something. But that's one of the reasons why I've been posting on the Snapchat. Because at the end of the day, like, you can't have enough, sources of income. Christy said, okay, I just went and investigated. Their algorithm seems off. You have a video with 800 views and 350 likes. That's a pretty decent ratio. Those should be pushed more. Yeah, Christy. It's it's very strange on Snapchat. Dave said, I follow you everywhere else. LOL. I appreciate you, Dave. Like I said, the Snapchat is just the older videos that are clipped down because people on Snapchat are most likely younger people who probably haven't seen me anywhere else. There's some people who like just use Snapchat. So Christy said that doesn't add up. LOL. Yeah. None of it adds up. Like I said, 2 years of posting almost every day videos that I know can get views, likes, follows, and nothing for the longest time, and then finally breakthrough. So that's a little bit of what's the word for that? When you're just like banging your head against the wall, but you know that one day you're gonna break through that wall. Not ambitious. What's that word? Resilient. A very resilient story. You know, and like I said, I told my friends this story so that they know, okay, it's not, my friend is very like I said, he's starting his brand, and he's very like, okay, like analyzing each video and like looking at the views and I'm like, dude, just post and get to the next one, post and get to the next one. So yeah, it's like that. That's how the social media game goes. And I'll tell you guys a little secret here. We have a couple minutes left in the show. On Facebook, so obviously Facebook pays creators just like every other platform, except for Instagram, because Instagram sucks. So on Facebook, they have a bonus where you each video, each post that you make, it makes money, and if you make they send out random bonuses where it's like a goal, it's like a challenge, they call it, and they say, oh, if you can make $1,500 in 15 days, we'll give you a $500 bonus. So it incentivizes us peasants to make more content and try to reach this goal, right? So I'm like, I was crushing it. I was getting closer and closer day by day. I think I had 3 days left and I had to make like $250. And I was like, I'm in the clear. I can do this on Facebook because I know how much I've been making each day. I'm like, I can do that. So I post like, I think a few times in a single day, and the posts aren't making money. I'm like, what's going on with this? Why? I'm so close to getting my bonus. Why are the posts no longer making money? So I go and I look and I compare. I compare a photo from the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the challenge, and a photo that got 78,000 views, paid out $13. Which it's not much, but it is what it is. A photo that I posted 2 days before the end of the challenge, when I was really close to hitting it, 78,000 views. And instead of getting paid $13, I got paid like $1.50. So they mess with people. This, like, social media is basically dangling the carrot out in front of you, and you're just chasing after it. And you are beholden to these platforms, which is why I always say, always be multi-platform. That's why I've been posting for 2 years and getting no traction on Snapchat. Because at the end of the day, you are just a person who creates content for the internet. You don't want to think of yourself as a Facebooker or a Instagrammer or a TikToker or a YouTuber. Or at the end of the day, you just have a message, you have a vision, and you have a purpose. And you share that with the internet across whatever platforms. And yeah, that's kind of a personal story about how the creator world works, the social media creator world. It could be shitty sometimes, and other times it's like, hey, I get to eat some food and make some videos. So I guess, you always got to look at the positive side of things. There's a lot of creators who will fall off or, be forgotten about because they're not keeping up with the algorithm and posting on all the different platforms. And it's all about longevity. And that stems from your purpose and your message. So with that, we just rounded out 60 minutes. This is not 60 Minutes on CBS with Barry Weiss. This is the American Power Hour. I'm Nick Metcalf. And Mackenzie, you want to say goodbye to the good folks, the awesome peeps here on Twitch. Goodbye. And if in case you ever miss any parts of the live, you can always go to the American Power Hour Facebook, YouTube, or Rumble. I have all three. So just in case you miss out on some shit and you want to catch up, you can do it there. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy Wednesday. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Wednesday, and we'll be back here Friday. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to Christy. Thank you to Dave. Thank you to Ravioli. Shout out to Ravioli. Shout out to Robin as well. Thank y'all. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you on Friday. All right, y'all. Peace out.